Hi, welcome to this week's edition of Ignite News, brought to you by the Journalism and Television Broadcast students at Mohawk College. I'm Bailey McLaughlin.
And I'm Samantha Hoover. MoCast is a series that highlights the great things that people do at Mohawk every day.
Let's go take a look at what Dyson and Elaine are up to this week.
Hello, Mohawk. On this week's episode of MoCast, I spoke with Peter and Jude about the Popsicle Stick Bridge building competition. And Dyson, what did you do this week?
We took a look at what it's like to sit in a hot seat when you are trying to find a job as an educational support worker.
All right, let's do it.
Hey everyone, we're here with Kim Ann Lausch. She's the program coordinator for the educational support program here at Mohawk. And today we are doing some mock interviews to teach students what it's like to sit in the hot seat. So, can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yes, so what we have is 5 various school boards that come to provide the opportunity for students to prepare for the interview once they get out into the job market. So once they graduate from the educational support program, we're giving them the opportunity now to be able to see what it's like, as you say, to be in the hot seat and to be asked the various questions from the boards. And the good thing about all of the experiences from the students is that they've had placements in these various boards, so it gives them an opportunity to make that connection to the people that will actually be hiring them.
Okay. Now, how long are these interviews usually going to last?
So what we do is we have a rotation where they'll go around and see the various school boards. We have about 4 different centers that last approximately 20 minutes each, so they have the opportunity to see the various boards, not just one specific. And that way they get the opportunity to sell themselves, to talk about, maybe integrate some of the stuff they've done in their e-portfolio, talk about their strengths, what they want to do in terms of employment once they graduate from the program.
Okay. Now, this isn't the only type of preparation that they've received, right? They've received other things like how to write a resume and other stuff?
Absolutely. So what we do in the seminar classes, Karen Falls is the instructor for the seminar classes, and what she does is prepare them to have them complete interview streaming. So they actually have the opportunity to go on camera, to be asked specific questions, and then look back and see what the feedback is in terms of what they look like, what they could improve on when they do actually go out to interviews. As well, we have them complete resumes, and in semester 1, they've already completed e-portfolios that they've built it on every semester. They've built on every semester, so that way they have that as well to showcase if they want to integrate that in. They don't bring them with them, but they can refer to them.
Okay. What do the students get out of this?
So they get the opportunity to see what it's like to really be interviewed, because it's one thing for us as professors to talk about, okay, here's what it's going to look like, but they actually have the board representatives asking the questions that they'd be asked in an actual interview. So for the students, it's a great way to prepare them for when they go out to seek employment, and then they can do practicing prior to the actual interview once they get out to seek employment.
I'm very confident that I'm ready for this job. The teaching here is great. They really helped you learn what they're going to ask in your interviews. So and the answers for those questions. So yeah.
We're here with Melanie from Hamilton Wentworth's District School Board. Melanie was one of the interviewers. Melanie, what did you think of the students today?
Oh, they were excellent. I've been coming to this event for a few years now, and we're always so impressed with the enthusiasm and the skill level that the students bring. It's wonderful to see.
Excellent. Okay, so what exactly do you look for in a good potential employee?
That's a great question. That's a really big question too. One of the things that we were emphasizing today was how to transfer the skills that you learn within the college environment into a professional work environment, and the transferable skills and all of the experiences that they've gained at their placements, and they are so ready to do this, and that was great to see.
Excellent. So did any of the potential candidates catch your eye today?
Definitely. Actually, I was fortunate to be able to visit one of the classes last week, and I had given them a heads up that our school board would be interested in interviewing interested candidates from the graduating class, and lots of the people we saw today are going to be wonderful candidates, and we're hopeful to see them in the month of March and provide conditional job offers so that they can start working for us in May and June once they've completed the program.
Okay. Thanks so much.
So I'm here today with Peter Olenek, professor of Building and Construction Sciences at Mohawk College, and we're going to be talking about the Popsicle Stick Bridge building competition. Did you want to tell me when that started?
27 years ago. How old are you now? No, never mind. 20.
He's older than me.
I kind of thought so. 27 years ago, we were looking for a way to for our students to prove how great they were in terms of the structural field and some of the amazing things that they could do. Although we didn't invent the idea of popsicle stick bridge competitions, it was there. We sort of felt that we took it to Las Vegas Heights and gave our students the opportunity to shine on the technology stage. We started recognizing 25 years ago that these bridges were incredibly strong. They were up around 1,800 pounds, 2,000 pounds, the best we ever had was 2,500 pounds. And one day a member of the original team said, wow, that's the weight of a car. And we said, yeah, that is the weight of a car. I wonder, could we ever hang a car from one of these bridges? And that would really prove the amazing skills of our students. And so it kind of took us 20 years to think about that, I guess. And so this year we're going to do it. We're going to try it with the help, with some huge help from some industry partners, the Walters Group and Sling Choker and EXP Engineering. We've designed a test rig. And we're going to take over the automotive shop here on Fennell campus in early March, and by March 27th, we're kind of hoping to suspend an Austin Mini donated by Bud's BMW. I don't know if we have to give it back or not, but we're going to suspend a 2,600-pound car from this bridge. How many times your own weight could you lift and carry? How many times?
I don't even think I could say one.
Okay, so Jude's bridge last year, it weighed just over half a pound and it carried 2,287 pounds. So that makes a grand total of 4,184 times its own weight. Okay, so what Jude has done now is he has rebuilt the bridge to weigh a pound. So in theory, if
it's double the weight, it should carry double the weight.
Correct. So in theory, that can carry 4,200 pounds, and we're going to ask it to carry roughly about 3,000. So we are very confident.
That's wonderful to hear.
Good.
Well, I'm very excited to have the opportunity to do it, but there's a lot of apprehension about it as well, because at the end of the day, everyone's going to be looking at you. The difference is whether or not they're going to be smiling at you or scowling at you a little bit. So I'm very confident that my bridge will hold the vehicle. Yeah, so hopefully everyone will be smiling at the end.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be a fantastic day one way or another. And what exactly are these bridges built out of?
The bridges are built out of popsicle sticks and standard school glue from LePage. And that's all you're allowed to use inside of them. And you have to assemble it in a way that will make it as strong as possible.
Yeah, so looking at the bridge itself, or this is the one that you won with last year, but this one over here is one of the ones that will be used for the car lift, correct? Mm-hmm. I noticed that it doesn't look like a popsicle stick, obviously, flimsy material. How do you do the work to make it look as strong as this one does?
Well, the popsicle sticks, what you do, you essentially just have to put the popsicle sticks together like this and put glue inside. And then one of the really important critical parts is that you have to put pressure on it in order to have as much contact as possible, and that makes it a stronger bridge. And then so that essentially makes the material, and then the rest of it is trying to design where kind of the shape of the material to make it as strong as possible to hold the forces and loads.
Hidden on McKinstry Street in Hamilton is a hidden gem known as F-Base, owned by the founder, George Furlanetto.
The company actually started in 1976. I started building a couple of guitars then, but the first bass was in 1978.
The sleek design was formulated from the classic Fender bass. The F-Base was made for a more ergonomic style of playing. 3 to 6 months is the timeline customers can expect once orders are placed, depending on the complexity of the build. All work, including assembly, is done meticulously by hand.
We select the wood by hand. It's cut into required pieces by hand. A lot of the shapes and machining is done with a template, but again, it's guided by hand. The setup is very important, so that your string height, the pickup heights, and everything is optimized for that particular instrument, because all instruments just respond differently.
George said that news traveled about F-Base through word of mouth.
And from then, every year I picked up 1 or 2 dealers. We started with 1 in China, now we have 2, and I'm sure that will blossom fairly quickly.
Since 1983, a world-renowned bass player, Alain Caron, has been the company's biggest endorser.
He's well respected, so everybody wanted to know what he played. And actually that's how the store in the US got theirs, because he was playing one. And one of the guys there said, "Wow, what's this guy playing? He's great."
Locally, George has worked with John Harvey of Monster Truck and Dave McMillan of Big Wreck.
It's really rewarding to see an artist play the instruments and be enthused by the instruments. That's very gratifying. And the best is when I see them on TV. Even more. That's electrifying.
George has also worked with Tom Hamilton of Aerosmith.
They played Cops Coliseum. And so I delivered one, and I said, okay, so he's probably going to have it set up, have his tech go through it, and he's probably going to take it home, check it out. But no, he came out and played it, first 5 songs. And we were in the audience. That was great.
George says artistic integrity and pride goes into each and every guitar he makes.
When you come up with a product that people can use and play and generate music, ideas from their head go through this instrument that we've constructed and come out as music.
Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Laura Donna Del Bello.
Think you've got a great idea to enhance sustainability at Mohawk? Don't keep it to yourself. The Sustainability Office has come up with a way for students to be able to implement their ideas to make Mohawk a better place. The person with the best idea will win a $500 grand prize.
So we've done up a score sheet, and there's a score sheet on the website at sif.mohawkcollege.ca, and it's with feasibility, practicality, alignment with the SIF agreement, so whether or not it benefits the school and sustainable initiatives, and then also if it promotes student engagement and learning. So there's sort of different categories that we're looking for each idea to hit. We're always looking for new ways to improve sustainability on campus, and we know that there's a lot of students out there with ideas, so we're really looking for a way to get students engaged and participating in sustainability on campus. There's a lot of programs out there right now. There's everything from transportation, so the bus pass that we do through the Sustainability Office. There's local food programs like the community garden, the farm stand, and the bounty bags. There's a lot of different things that we do on campus, and it's mostly to improve sustainability through our students as well.
I want to get a water mill here on campus that kind of generates power using the water, kind of attach it to a windmill so that the windmill can generate power as well, and so that way we can save energy from using batteries and other sources of devices that are non-renewable.
In my opinion, we have to use the waste material in a proper way, and we can use this material in a useful things, so that we can help the needy peoples. And that's all.
Big thing coming to school, students get lost, not finding where their classes are. So one of my ideas, actually me and my girlfriend came up with kind of a Google Maps version of the school. Pinpoints where your locations are, you can pin where your classes are, and it actually follows you around like a GPS, so get to classes efficient, don't get lost, and it's easier for first-year students.
Students can submit ideas up until April 1st. The chosen idea will hopefully be put in effect during the summer of 2015. For Ignite News, I'm Bailey McLaughlin.
100 string musicians converged on the McIntyre Theatre this weekend, a result of a unique collaboration forged between the Mohawk Music Department and Hamilton's Bel Canto Strings Academy. Jennifer Splight-Landry operates the Community Strings program.
So Bel Canto is a music studio that really supports anybody learning to play stringed instruments. I think in many cities and many generations, playing strings was a very exclusive thing. It costs a lot of money just up front to purchase an instrument, and then you have the lessons on top. So what I'm trying to do with Bel Canto is provide affordable music instruction to anybody willing to start, that you don't have to have a lot of money to get going, that you don't have to have a lot of experience. We take students of all ages, right up to adults. We have an 84-year-old beginner who began last year, and we have a 4-year-old beginner.
Jamshed Terrell, coordinator of Mohawk Music, says partnerships are important because they foster creativity in students and they expose them to what's available in the community. And they may also introduce future students to the college.
And that's exactly it, right? What we're doing here is we're showing these students who are in Bel Canto Strings, who are learning violin, what it's like. They get the experience of working with someone who's at college and who's interested in pursuing music professionally. So they get to see what it's like from that angle, and at the same time, all students get the advantage of working with this fantastic string group. I mean, it's a 100+ string group.
Partnership also allows Mohawk to nourish new directions that are evolving inside.
Right now, their classical program here at Mohawk Music is something that I believe they're trying to grow. Mohawk has always been known for its jazz and contemporary program. So at the moment, the classical program on strings, on violin and viola specifically, is limited.
Partnerships can bridge those limitations and open doors to new and exciting opportunities. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Lorraine Young.
Now let's take a look at the great things that happen at the Hamilton and Burlington SPCA.
Little girl here, her name is Ginger Ale. She's a little husky Roddy Cross. This little puppy is so multicultural, so many different breeds. I can tell you that it's really important to have them on a good schedule. Make sure that it's something that fits your lifestyle, because the minute it doesn't, then it's hard to do, right? We want people to know that they do consume your time, and so they should. That's what you want a dog for. This is Griffin, and Griffin's about 6 months old. This little guy, somebody got a puppy and they could no longer care for it. It was too much work for them. And now Griffin is in our care. He may have some Dobie in him. He's definitely got some Shepherd, some Hound. A little bit of everything always makes a good cup of tea, that's for sure. Puppies and dogs don't come ready-made. We need to help them out. They do things that are natural dog behavior. They sniff, they pee, they poo, they chew. That's natural dog behavior. We just want to guide them onto the right things to chew and where to go to the washroom, but that all takes time and patience. You have to have that. You have to have time and patience.
If you're looking for something to do after a long day of classes, then look no further. Gameopolis, the first board game lounge in Hamilton. Gameopolis opened in 2012 at 223 King Street East, which is a quick 10-minute walk from the McNabb Terminal. Today I got the privilege of talking to the owner of Gameopolis to find out more about this amazing place.
In short, I guess, Gameopolis, we're a board game cafe or lounge, so we have over 700 games right now. People come in to play board games is our biggest draw for sure. Most people it's $5 per person. For kids or adults over 60, it's $2.50. We also have Tuesdays is half price, so it's always $2.50 a person. So once you pay that fee, you have access to any of the games. You can play as many games as you like. There's no time limit. So we do offer food and drinks, and we do have alcohol license as well. So for the food, we have all vegetarian. Most can be vegan at no additional cost. So we have a light fare menu, so like paninis, salad, chips and salsa, hummus, snacks, chips, that sort of thing. And then we also have like cafe style, so we have like coffee, lattes, hot chocolates, pop, that sort of thing.
So there you have it. If you ever have some free time and feel like making some new friends, come on down to Gameopolis and join in the fun. I'm Connor Cassidy from Mohawk College. Back to you.
My name is Justin Ellis. I'm 25 years old and I'm a personal trainer. My wrestling alias is the Night Train Justin Sane. I've been wrestling for 10 years this March. Started at a March break camp in grade 10. I was actually born in Edmonton, Alberta, but the family moved here because my dad got a job. So technically, I guess I say I grew up in Burlington because I was here when I was 10, so most of the memories are from Burlington. So I'd say Burlington, Ontario. I was one of those kids that was always in detention, always getting in trouble, always getting grounded. So I was just like a high energy kid, but it was a lot of fun. I was always outdoors, always active. Pretty much like when I was really young, like in Edmonton, started playing soccer. Then we moved to Brantford just for like half a year, played soccer there. Then moved to Burlington. I went to Aldershot High School, graduated class of 07. Still played soccer. Then throughout all those years, I was doing track and field, played football, played rugby, got MVP in the senior year for rugby. And then midway through high school, I started professional wrestling. 16. I fell off the top rope and pretty much broke my neck, like fractured it very bad, so I had to take 2 years off. But that was when I was like 140 pounds soaking wet, so I didn't really look like the rest of the part. So in those 2 years, just gave me time to just focus on working out, and I worked out. So in those 2 years, I put on like 50 pounds, so it kind of worked out. They just said it's like a slight fracture, so they just said to like quit wrestling, or it's because I have scoliosis as well in my lower back. I was born with it. So I remember getting that diagnosed a year before the accident, and the doctor said if you keep wrestling on your lower back, you could have super severe problems in the future, being like 30, 40. So me being stubborn said, well, how can I prolong that? And he just said to work out, build more muscle. So obviously in 1 year at the other, I didn't really think about it, because I won't lie, I don't really like working out. I like the result of it, I love the feeling of it. It feels great afterwards, but like, don't really like doing it. It hurts. But then when I hurt myself, it was kind of a wake-up call. So the doctor said you actually have to stop wrestling. But me being stubborn, I finished the rest of the football season, but didn't tell anybody. So I was in like a lot of pain, like just random like pains up the arm, but I just didn't tell anyone. So like, coach let me play, but then that injured me even more. So then I actually had to like stop wrestling for like 2 years after the wrestling season, or sorry, after the football season. And then that's when I just focused on working out until the neck was better and good to go again. No, again, I was stubborn. Like we were like on the top rope, we did a move, I slipped, my head hit the top of the head at the ring. I just felt like boom, and then like a huge vibrating just down my spine to my toes. And then I just remember blacking out, and then I just woke up backstage, and I was like, oh, like did I win? And then he just like, no, like you didn't. So then like I literally was just like hunched over like this for like 5 days, and then just like trying to ignore it. So then I just like compressed everything. So I was like very lucky that I actually didn't like snap it, but I definitely caused damage to it, and it still like bugs me slightly to this day, but like not nearly as much if I didn't take the 2 years off to rest and try and recover it.
I've known Justin for about 5 years. I met him at Good Life Fitness. I was actually going in to look for a personal trainer, and I ran into him, and we started working together 5 years ago there, and I've been with him ever since. We go to boot camps, and I do personal training sessions with my friends, so I'm here about 4 times a week, and it's really great because, again, we get to customize. When I do the personal training sessions with my friend, we customize to what we're targeting in terms of our goals.
I was always into fitness, but I didn't really think about becoming a personal trainer until my last year in high school. We had to do a co-op course. And again, like I was active, so I didn't want to do co-op at some desk job, so I just picked some place where I can just work out, just get a free membership. So I wasn't even thinking about it at all, so I just picked Good Life.
Well, he's done a great job, actually. He's really kept me on track with losing weight. I've lost about probably 20 pounds in the time that I've been with him, and I've significantly improved my strength. I had some health issues that resulted in some joint problems, and I was able to really strengthen my joints and just improve my overall fitness. So he's helped tremendously and helped out, like I said, with eating plans as well to go along with it. He was really patient with me, which I need, and he really customized the training to meet my personal goals, and he's very supportive in every way. So with the fitness, but also with eating and all the other things that go into achieving your personal fitness goals. So
just kind of inspired me to do what I do now. So I just worked my way up from working the front desk to the member ambassador to personal trainer. Then I started training at another studio. And then I ended up building up my own clientele, and then bringing it over here to work with Jan Blachy, the owner of JV Pro Fitness. Well, JV Pro was opened up 3 years ago by Jan Blachy in Waterdown. I was still at High End Fitness, another club previously before that, with my own clientele. Jan then moved to Burlington 2 years ago, and then I decided to bring my clients over because it would just be us two. I wasn't really liking the other gym that much, so turning into a 24-hour gym. I didn't want to work at a gym, I wanted to work at like a private studio. So that's why I got started into just starting my own business at JV Pro. The highs is just meeting all the cool people, going to all the conventions, just learning a bunch of new stuff, seeing people obviously gain results and just be happy about themselves. And the lows are probably pretty obvious, just waking up at 5:30 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning sometimes and getting home late. But other than that, I don't really see it as a job, I just see it as something I like to do. Future goals is obviously just to keep growing. We'll probably get a bigger space. Right now it's perfect the way it is, but maybe start a cross promotion, maybe get some supplements. Who knows? We're always open to new ideas, new options. Right now we just want to grow the business and get out there more. Family, they're really motivating. Like won't lie, like they hated the wrestling, but at the same time, they're really, really, really supportive of it. Like they don't really like to go to the shows because they don't want to see me get hurt. But when I was younger, my mom paid for like all the classes and everything, and she drove me there and back like every weekend when I wanted to. So they're pretty influencing and they're pretty motivating. So I'd say friends and family, close friends. Want to do them proud.
Yeah, we're going to continue with the strength training, and even over the last few months, there's been some great improvements. So he continues to push us on the strength training, and as well as weight loss. That's always one of my goals. Since I've joined working with him, I've been able to do things like duathlons as well. So like I said, it's continuing to target my training to support my overall fitness goals.
Don't be scared of failure, especially if you're young. You don't have a mortgage, like you don't have any crazy debt. Just go for it. Just still at home, just save up, just do what you have to do. But pretty much don't be scared of failure. If you're afraid of failure, then you're not going to succeed. Nothing comes easy. Just keep working at it.
Road to the Championship is a series of segments that profiles the men's varsity basketball team.
Let's see who they're profiling this week.
Hello, my name is Matthew Savelle, and I'm from Hamilton, Ontario, and I play point guard for the Mohawk Mountaineers. My journey to the championship, I started playing basketball as far as long as I can remember, and most recently I played 4 years for the University of Toronto, and I just transferred here to Mohawk for my last year to win a national championship. Have I always played in my current position? Yeah, I have, but I've also played shooting guard as well. The one piece of advice I would give to aspiring athletes is no days off and stay positive. My name is Matthew Savelle, and this is my road to the championship.
My name is Matt Sigatini, and I'm from Dundas, Ontario. I play guard for the Mohawk Mountaineers. My journey to get to the championships began when I was about 14 years old. I didn't start as early as a lot of other people, but I really enjoyed playing basketball. So from there on, I played for the school team through middle school and high school, and just kind of continued to improve my skills overall. Yeah, I've always been relatively short compared to basketball players, so I've always been a point guard or shooting guard position. Spent most of my time just improving my skills from that particular position. Some advice I'd give to aspiring athletes would be to surround yourself by other people who like to play basketball as well.
Hello, my name is Patrick Ivaroni, and I'm from Hamilton, Ontario. I play guard for the Mohawk Mountaineers. I started playing basketball when I was young, about 6 or 7 years old. I played growing up, elementary school, high school, and I even stayed back for a 5th year, hoping to get scouted. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Spent 3 years at Brock, didn't play, and then I decided to transfer to Mohawk. That's when I started playing here for the last 3 years. I've always played guard. I was really short growing up and almost under 5 feet tall going into grade 9. So guard was pretty much the only position I could play. And even as I grew, everybody else grew, so guard was there. The one piece of advice I would give to aspiring young athletes would be to never give up on your dreams. I'm a perfect example of it. I never gave up, and here I am today. My name is Patrick Ivaroni, and this is my road to the championship. Watch the Mountaineers make Mohawk history this March at the David Braley Athletic and Recreation Center.
That's all for this week's edition of Ignite News. I'm Bailey McLaughlin.
And I'm Samantha Hoover. Thanks for watching.